People often believe that power comes from being constantly visible, from being everywhere at once, talking to everyone, traveling non-stop, attending events, shaking hands, making noise, being seen, being busy, being connected. But I want to begin somewhere much simpler, somewhere quieter, somewhere most people ignore completely. Your real power usually begins in the quietest place you own, your home. That may sound strange, especially coming from someone associated with rockets, electric cars, artificial intelligence, and massive systems that make a lot of noise. But here's the truth most people never hear. The most important decisions of my life didn't come from conferences, boardrooms, or crowded rooms full of opinions. They didn't come from meetings or group discussions. They came from silence. They came from isolation. They came from being alone with my thoughts. And if you understand how to use it, your home can become the most powerful environment you will ever have. Today, I'm not speaking as a CEO, a public figure, or a name you see in headlines. I'm speaking as a person who has spent a lifetime building things from nothing, and I want to explain why. Staying home, more than people think you should, is not weakness. It's not laziness. It's not avoidance. It's a superpower. Why silence becomes more valuable as you grow. When I talk to people in their 40s, 50s, or 60s, I hear the same sentence over and over again. I wish I could slow down. I wish I had more time to think. I feel like life is always rushing me. But here's the paradox. Most people already have enough time. What they don't have is quiet. The world isn't just getting faster, it's getting louder. More notifications, more opinions, more pressure to respond instantly, more distractions fighting for your attention. Silence has become rare, and clarity lives inside silence. When I stay home, when I shut out unnecessary noise, something interesting happens. I become more focused, more creative, more honest with myself. If you want to innovate, improve your life, or even feel centered again, you need moments where the world stops pulling on your mind. Your home can give you that. Why staying home actually makes you smarter. When people hear the phrase stay home, they imagine doing nothing. That's not what this is about. Staying home is about designing your environment intentionally. Most people design their living space for comfort. I design mine for clarity. You don't need a billion-dollar laboratory to think clearly. You need a quiet space, fewer distractions, tools that support thinking, and uninterrupted time. I'm not naturally organized. I don't plan every minute of my day, but I obsess over environments. Because environment shapes behavior. If your environment is chaotic, your mind becomes chaotic. If your environment is focused, your thinking sharpens. People underestimate how powerful surroundings are. You become what you repeat, and you repeat what your environment encourages. At home, you control the environment. Outside, the environment controls you. That's why my focus grows at home. Deep work doesn't need drama. Innovation isn't about genius. It's about focus. Anyone can think clearly for a few seconds. Very few people can think clearly for hours. That's where breakthroughs happen. When people imagine working on rockets, they picture launches, explosions, success, and failure. But the real work, the part that actually mattered, was quiet. Sitting alone, reading decades-old manuals, questioning assumptions, calculating, designing, rethinking fundamentals. That work didn't happen in flashy offices or public spaces. It happened in small rooms, with a desk, a laptop, a whiteboard, and silence. 1 hour of deep thinking at home can be more valuable than 10 hours in most workplaces. Your home can become your laboratory, your strategy room, your thinking headquarters. Being busy is not the same as making progress. After meeting thousands of professionals, I've learned something simple. Most people are busy, not productive. Running around isn't progress. Meetings aren't progress. Being constantly reachable isn't progress. Progress comes from thinking, from planning, from designing systems, from questioning assumptions, from asking questions no one else is asking. And none of that requires leaving your home. Movement feels productive, but direction is what matters. Staying home gives you space to choose direction instead of reacting. Solitude builds strength, not weakness. We live in a culture that treats being alone as unhealthy. People say, you should get out more. But solitude isn't loneliness. Loneliness is the absence of connection. Solitude is the presence of clarity. Some of the strongest minds in history did their best work alone. Solitude is where the brain where creativity where courage forms, where independent thinking develops. When you stay home intentionally, you learn to trust your own reasoning. You stop outsourcing decisions to other people's opinions. Independent thinking is rare, and rare skills create power. Everything big begins quietly. People often ask how to build something big. The answer is always the same. Start small. Start simple. Start where you are. Every major company began quietly. PayPal started in small rooms. Tesla began with uncomfortable ideas. SpaceX started in a warehouse. Neuralink began with researchers working away from attention. Big things don't begin loudly. They begin privately. The same is true in life. The decision to change your habits, improve your finances, learn a skill, change direction, all of it starts at home, inside the mind. Noise drowns out your own voice. The outside world is full of opinions, advice, judgment, expectations. When you listen to too many voices, you lose your own. Staying home allows you to step away from social comparison and constant validation. In quiet environments, you become honest with yourself, and honesty is where real progress begins. Habits need stability to form. Change requires new habits. New habits require stable environments. When you're constantly moving, your mind has no space to reprogram itself. At home, you can remove triggers, reduce temptation, build routines. Discipline doesn't come from motivation. Motivation is unstable. Discipline comes from structure, and structure is easiest to build at home. Silence forces you to face yourself. Many people avoid staying home because silence is uncomfortable. Silence forces you to confront your fears, mistakes, excuses, and untapped potential. But facing yourself is the only way to grow. At first, it's uncomfortable. Then it's freeing. Eventually, it becomes empowering. The future rewards independent thinkers. The future belongs to people who can think clearly without supervision. Automation, AI, and remote work reward those who can operate independently. These skills are built in quiet spaces. The most valuable people aren't the loudest. They're the calmest thinkers. And calm thinking is trained at home. Quiet work compounds. Quiet work doesn't look dramatic. Nothing explodes. Nothing goes viral. But over time, your mind sharpens. Your decisions improve. Your progress accelerates. Clarity saves time. Clarity prevents mistakes. Clarity is a superpower. And clarity grows in quiet environments. Ideas need incubation. Ideas don't appear instantly. They form slowly, like stars forming from clouds. Every major idea starts as a vague thought that needs space. You can't force creativity. You can only create conditions for it. Staying home creates those conditions. You build value in private, not public. Networking is useful only after you've built something worth sharing. Skills are developed privately. Identity is shaped privately. Clarity is formed privately. Your home is where you build the engine. The world is where you use it. Boredom is a signal, not a problem. Boredom is your mind telling you it's ready for something deeper. Constant stimulation blocks creativity. Silence unlocks it. Time is measured by thought quality. 1 hour of clear thinking can be worth months of effort. Valuable hours happen in uninterrupted spaces. Peace is required for high-level thinking. Your nervous system can't think deeply when overloaded. Staying home resets it. Peace isn't a luxury. It's a requirement. Reinvention begins quietly. Reinvention isn't dramatic. It starts with small decisions made at home, quietly, privately. Your home is not a limitation. Your home is not a cage. It's not a setback. It's a power source. a place where new versions of you are built. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You already have the most important tool, your ability to think deeply. If you use your home intentionally, you'll gain clarity others never find, because the people who change the world aren't the loudest. They're the deepest thinkers, and deep thinking begins at home.